Welcome back, fellow scrubs. My chat thing is dead, so hold on. I'm pulling up the Twitch chat and YouTube chat manually here, and let's see here. Look at Ecto go. Look at the jangling keys while I do oh, it's frozen? Well, that's funny. Oh, you know what? I think the editor was defocused. Yeah. Really? I didn't think that the game would stop playing if the editor was defocused. I wonder if that's a setting. Anyway, you might have noticed that I added quite a lot to it since last time. Go in here. Got an enemy. You got the fog effect going in and out when you press and unpress, and a little spark thing, and I got the cloak flowing there. Everything looking good. I had to kind of manually recreate all that though. The code for the original game didn't kind of function on the same scale. Alright, hold on. I'm trying to get... I got Twitch chat open, but I need to get the YouTube chat open, and honestly, I've never opened the YouTube chat manually, so I don't even know what to expect here. Let's see how this works. So normally I use like a chat aggregate thing that just takes all the chats and put them into one so I can see them, but apparently we don't get that today. As it's broken. Okay, can I pop the chat out? Of course I can. But the bot's working, but I can't see chat. The chat relay bot is working, of course, but I can't actually see the chat. That's wonderful. Wait, maybe if I go to the web version. Hold on, everything's broken today. Look, this has been a really crappy week, alright? Just give me... give me a second. Chat app. Yeah, just open it. Are we connected? Can I say, hey, it works there? Why does it work there? Hold on. Why does it work there now? Did it just magically fix itself? Hey, it works in browser. Alright, whatever. I think it works in browser. So we're just gonna do that. And... yeah. Okay, yeah, I think it's working in browser. So let's just do that. I think we fixed it. I think we're okay. For whatever reason, things are goofy. Alright, good. Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to technical difficulties to stream, where I'm also late taking care of the chickens. We're sitting right here. What do you want to come out? Come here. Come here. Oh, come here. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Burp, 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 burp. Well, you got scared because you were turned around. Yeah, hello. What? Well, you're awful vocal today. Yeah. You like getting picked up. They get freaked out when you first pick them up, but then they're okay. What are you doing? Yeah, beep, 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 beep. You're getting big, too. You got all your body feathers. Or most of them. You're probably going to be a hen, aren't you? You look like a hen. You can't tell. You can't tell what these things are gonna be until they start showing markings. But you look like a hen. Yeah, beep beep beep. I think they might all be hens. I don't know about Little Peep. He's still a little too small to know. He's still a fuzzball. What are you doing? Beep beep beep. Oh, you're very vocal today. You like getting picked up. Or do you? Which one are you? I can't tell anymore. They're growing all feathers, and all their patterns are kind of the same, so I don't know who they are anymore. I think you're honey butter, but I don't really know. Beep beep beep. Yeah, beep beep beep. Yeah, you're just happy to get picked up. You don't like being in the box. Of course, the other ones are staring over here now because this one got picked up, and they want to get picked up now, so they're just staring and looking along and like, I'm sorry, only one of you gets to come out right now. We'll come out. We'll get you all out later. What? 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 Yeah, beep beep beep. Okay, come on, you gotta go back in. I gotta get something done today. Alright. No, you gotta go in.
I know.
He didn't want to go back in. Poor little chicken. Yeah. Anyway, chicken break over. I got the mechanic where you get close to an enemy and you can absorb their power. I've got that working. I also have the game over working. I heard his protests. Yeah. He didn't like. He gets freaked out when you pick him up for like a split second until he realizes, oh, yes, I'm being picked up. That's fine. That's good. And then he makes happy noises. And then when you put him back, he gets mad and he freaks out because he don't want to go back in the box.
Oh.
We just gave him food now. Fresh food and fresh water, so they should be okay. They should be happy. I'm hearing little happy peeps on the side, so that should be alright. But yeah, so I got it. When you touch an enemy, you're dead. You can absorb their power. I got enemies at all, collisions, all that stuff. I got throughout the week, so we're in a pretty good shape. I still really don't know how I want to handle the level patterns or how I want to synchronize them. I think we're gonna have to do a little bit of math to figure out where items are supposed to be relative to the visuals on the map here when they come on down. And actually, when I was reviewing the old game, I don't think I ever bothered to sync those up, which is kind of funny. I think I just synced it up for a gameplay thing, and that was it. And then eventually the background gets desynced and all that. I put a lot of work on behind the scenes stuff. So I didn't just like throw an object in here and then animate it and that was it. I like actually put supporting systems behind this so that we can get kind of almost any enemy type in here, and we should be able to work with that and hopefully rapidly develop different enemy types. But we'll have to see about that. And then I'll have to figure out how to get. I forgot the formula for rotation, for rotating an object around another one. Now in Unity, obviously, you can just do that. I suppose I could. Yeah, like I could parent it to one. I could parent it to an object and rotate the object, but to get the objects in a circle around the initial one, that's going to take some calculation to do. And I think I have an idea how I want to do that. But I have to look up a formula for that. Because these were originally circle things. Here, hold on. Let's get a refresher. Was it here? Here we go. PC 2020. This is my freshly new built one. It actually still compiles, believe it or not. Couldn't get to compile for Android. There we go. We should see the circle. There they are. See how they circle things? In the old game, our level editor, we told it how many objects we want in the circle and how fast we want it to turn and how wide the circle had to be. So I'm assuming the formulas might just be in the code, at least serviceable ones, but we've had problems with just copying code from the source. So who knows, might have to just redo it. But everything looks pretty cool, looks pretty good. It's going a little rougher than I thought to port all this stuff, but it's not too bad. It could be a hell of a lot worse. So that's the thing. First thing I want to do though is get death animations correcto, because it looks kind of weird that when you get a game over, I probably should have just left that open, but that's fine. When you get a game over now, you just stop moving and bonk, and that's it. The other thing that I have to fix is Where's the enemy? Test enemy. We move him out of the way. I'm gonna move Ecto all the way here, and I'm gonna move him right next to him, right? Now watch this. Boop! I phased through him. That went so fast, it went right through him. Now, in the old game, we did like 20 updates per frame in order to fix that issue. Which is okay, I guess. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. And I could theoretically do that here too, but I think it would be better if what we did was, instead of here, let me do a demonstration. Just gonna copy this for a second and put this into Photoshop. New. I don't see. Usually it'll show you the clipboard, but maybe it didn't quite pick it up. New. There it is, clipboard. Great. Cool. And you just paste it. So what I want to do is, during the time of the update, when, say, you move from here to here, what I want the game to do, actually we'll do it from here to here. Might make a little more sense. Normally you have that's a very big brush. I'm on B, right? B for brush. Let us pick up yellow. Might work. Normally, okay, I guess that's green. Sure, whatever, I don't care. Actually, you can't really see it. Hold on. How come why is that the left one? Yes, yes. Okay, yeah, let's select the right color here. We'll make it red. That'll stand out. Okay, that's my hitbox, right? We're using circles. And then my hitbox will warp to here in like 1 or 2 frames, right? It'll go so fast that we're not going to get anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, whenever I move, I'm going to make a box between these 2 coordinates. And if you hit the circle or you hit the box, when you move, that counts as a hit. So every frame we're just going to basically draw a mathematical smear frame for the hitbox. So that should alleviate the problem of not colliding with anything in between. And I thought Unity might have actually taken care of this on its own, but apparently it doesn't. Or maybe it's just going so fast that it just can't keep up with it. But whatever the case is, I tried all sorts of different configurations and I couldn't get it to, at that highest speed, to get it to detect an enemy in between the 2 jumps. So, of course, that's not expected gameplay, to be able to just warp through enemies. It'd make the game way too easy, so we're not going to do that. So that's the idea. I wonder, I could probably make it part of the player object. So we've got our absorb collider, and we're gonna do a smear collider. I know that's an animation term, but oh wait, with rigid bodies on here? Really? Wait, there's one here and there's one here. Why is there one here too? Does this require it? I bet I coded it so it required that component. Yep, of course I did. How about no? I don't think it probably made sense at the time, but I don't think it makes sense to do that. So we're gonna get rid of that. Rigid body, if you don't know, is basically a, hey, let's collect all the collider information under this component and then figure out what to do with it. So, actually, let me go back one. No, that was continuous as well. I was wondering, because I think continuous is supposed to be the one where you can catch movement even if you go past the object. But apparently it doesn't, so, or maybe just doesn't at that high speed. Okay, so this one's gonna have to be a box collider. And let's get in here and figure out how big this thing needs to be. This is, that's the absorb collider. Oh shit, wait. Does it have to be its own thing? Hold on, I might have been thinking of the wrong thing. Cause this one, here's the hurt collider. Does the absorb collider have to be different? Alright, we gotta look at the code. I think it's the enemy code that has collisions, yeah. Okay, yeah, alright, hold on. I did a goof. I see why that had its own rigid body. It's because the absorption has to detect the script from the rigid body. So it's its own thing. Alright, hold on, I made a goof. This is what happens when you don't work on it for a week. Okay, and we will restore those rigid bodies, yes. Rigid body, circle. There we go, okay, sorry. Like I said, this is what happens when you don't work on it all week. So the smear collider is going to have to be part of the hurt collider. And this will be on its own. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, the hurt collider is probably smaller than the box. Yes, actually you can barely see it because it's green. But if I turn the sprite off, now you can see it. So this thing, this smear collider, is gonna have to be... I'm gonna have to actually adjust this manually. I wish I could see the representation of this all the time. I probably can make a script to do that. Let's do that. Gizmo display circle collider to the new script. Okay, on draw gizmos, yeah. Circle equals get component. Circle collider 2D, and if not circle, in other words, it didn't find it, return. Oh yeah, and then only if Unity editor. There we go. How about that? And we'll give it public color, circle color, color.green, because green is the default color for colliders in Unity. That should be enough. Alright, then we can say, oh, let's see. Yeah, we gotta do the color first. Gizmos color equals our circle color. And then gizmos.draw where sphere, I don't think you can actually draw just a circle. So we're gonna do that. Let's see. Start curiosity. Circle? No, I didn't think so. So if you draw a sphere, and a wire sphere is just a wireframe. If you draw a sphere and you're in 2D mode, it looks like a circle anyway. So that's fine. So transform that position is the center, and the radius. Do we get a radius? That's not a world radius, right? That's just a normal radius. Alright. We gotta do a little bit of trickery here. What I have to do is get the scale, the world scale of the object, and then we have to find out which of the scales is the highest. Because what it does, you can't deform a circle into an oval in Unity. It just doesn't let you do that. So what you have to do instead is you just find which one is the higher one, and that's how Unity works. It'll make the circle as big as the biggest scale axis is. So, and it's only 2D, so we're only going to worry about X and Y. I don't know why, to be honest, I'm not sure why they don't let you distort it. I wonder if it's an efficiency thing where a normal even circle without being an oval might be easier to figure out the collision of something. I don't know, whatever, either way. We just gotta play by Unity's rules sometimes. So, float highest scale. And then we'll say if scale.x is greater than scale.y, then scale.x it is, otherwise scale.y. And if they're the same, then it'll just default to y, which doesn't matter because they're the same anyway. And then we just do radius times highest scale. That should be fine. And there it is. You can tell that it's active over the other one because it's a little brighter for one. But also it's got a crosshair in the middle, and that's because when you're in 3D, it's actually a sphere. See? I can get it in a good spot here. See? And that's where the crosshair comes from, because you're seeing all the axes. Axes? Whatever. All the individual axes are drawing, and that's where you get the crosshair, which actually makes it a little easier to see, to be honest. And so now if I go to here, it retains that gizmo, thankfully. And what I can do is just size it down. Actually, you know what? Was it? Is it just 0.5? No, it's actually a little bigger, isn't it? 6? 4? Looks about right. This actually might be able to just stay at 1, because we're going to change the... We're going to change the size on its own, I think. We're going to have to get the world position of where we were and where we are now, and then cause it to grow. So yeah, so keeping this at 1 is probably the best idea, because then I can use the scale here to kind of make it bigger or smaller or whatever. That might be alright. Just trying to think about how do you compensate for the difference between world and local space, because this is all local space dimensions. So if I make that like 1.6, but I increase this, it's scaling on top of that 1.6. And then if I were to scale this, it scales even higher on top of that 1.6. So it gets all weird. And we don't want that. So I'm trying to think for a minute what the best way to go about this would be. Honestly, yeah, I think I have an idea. Because you can calculate, you can scale something from local to world space. Maybe I'll just do a calculation on that. A little bit of math magic. And then we'll leave that at that, but the height I want to make sure is actually on point here. You know what? You know what? It looks like it's slightly off. I'll give you a discount. How about that? I'll give you a 5.53. How about that? You get 1 nanometer of extra of extra space here, and maybe it'll save you. Maybe during one frame, some crazy one frame condition, you'll get spared that little nanometer of extra space. How generous. That'll just be easier to work with instead of trying to make it bigger. Then it becomes a detriment actually when you move. But I don't think there would be a collision in that nuance of a space that that it would really matter. But I'll err on the side of giving the player the advantage. Oh, I heard a peep. Is that little peep? Let me see. Here's little peep. He's the young one. Hello. What? He gets real quiet when you hold him. He's just happy now. Yeah. And just gonna peck the microphone. What are you doing? Yeah, you just sitting there. He's fuzzy still. I don't know what he is. It's hard to tell if they're a hen or a rooster when they're young.
Oh my god, stop freaking out.
Oh, was that Brownie?
It's Brownie Dad.
Oh, I think I had Sunshine out. I don't know. I can't tell them apart anymore.
Brownie.
Oh, he's on my head. Brownie. Oh, he just. Yeah, I hear those happy peeps too. He just wants to be out with us.
Are you okay?
What are you doing? You're not gonna make any noise now. Yeah, little peep's weird. You pick him up and he's just like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm content. I don't need to make noise. No? No noises? No. I get him close to the microphone, all he does is want to peck it.
Brownie's a chatty boy.
Yeah, he is.
You want a mommy's head?
Yeah, they'll sit on your head. They'll sit on their mothers too, which is really weird. They'll just jump on back of them and sit. It's very strange. I don't know why. What are you doing? Yeah, you're not gonna talk, huh? Okay. Trade?
Yeah, trade of face.
Well, Peep's really well behaved. It's like the other ones. Oh.
Oh god.
Did he poop?
I smell poop. Is there poop?
I can't tell. Oh, yep, there is.
Ah! Oh god, no!
Yeah, you got pooped on. Well, better you than me. Hello, Brownie. Hello. Yeah, you're a chatty one. You're really needy too. You like sitting up out here. Yeah. What? Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, your voice is changing too. I don't know if you could still be a rooster or not. You're darker than the other ones. I really don't know. You look like a hen though. But your face looks like a... No, don't peck the microphone. Your face looks like a rooster. It looks like different. It looks like more... I don't know.
I think that's a boy. Please, get the poop.
Oh. Yeah, that's fun down. Yeah, it's really in there. You're gonna have to... Yeah, I'm sorry. There's not much I can do.
That's okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know. He might be a rooster. He's got a different looking face. I mean, it looks... I don't know. I'm gonna use the word manly, but obviously he's a chicken, so that doesn't really apply. What are you doing spinning around? But his face looks more... I don't know, masculine. It looks just more like built. Kind of like when you look at boy and girl cats, like the the boy cats have like boxier heads. It's kind of like that. It's not the same. Oh, where you going? Where you going? Are you just gonna sit up there? Yeah, that's alright. He jumped on the back of my chair. He's just sitting. What are you doing? That is not food. That is my head pillow. Oh well, that's fine. We'll leave him up there for a minute. But yeah, I don't like. I never used to notice the difference between male and female cats, but the males' heads were boxy, like they're bigger, they're like wider, so that. But see, his face looks different than the other ones. So I don't know. Maybe he's a rooster. And his feathers are darker, but he was born brown, where the other ones were born blonde. So I don't know. Or he was born more brown than... Like, he had brown streaks in him. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not an expert on chickens. Look, they just live here. What do you want? No, you want on my head. That's what you want. Oh, I'm sorry. Come here. I know you can't stay in my head. You're not allowed to stay in my head. What? You're just happy to be out. Nobody likes their box anymore. You're getting too big for the box. He looks at the microphone, then he looks at me and kind of like a, what is this? Kind of like answer my question. It's funny how he's so curious. Why? Choop 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 choop. Choop choop choop. Yeah, I could do a chicken stream the whole time. Wish I had a camera to show him. He jumped on the mic stand. I'm sure it's making all sorts of noise on the microphone. And he jumped up there. What? What are you doing? You just want to run around. Yep, and back to my shoulder. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, back up on top of my chair. Alright, whatever. I'm sure...
It's in my hair!
Oh, they pooped in her hair. Amber's screaming from the bathroom. Well, that's part of owning chickens. Sometimes you get poop on you. They don't... You can't potty train them. They just go. And luckily, Brownie already went poop on Amber, so he's all cleaned out. So he can sit on top of my chair. I don't care. What? What? His voice is much different than the other ones, so I have a feeling he might be a rooster.
That black feather on his leg. He's a rooster.
It's a... What? Black feathers on his leg?
Yep.
Amber,
Roosters develop at this age.
Amber said that roosters have black feathers on their legs, and so Brownie has that, so he must be a rooster.
Is there poop? Did I imagine it?
I can't tell because you don't bend down.
You're fucking Undertaker size. I shouldn't have to.
I'm sitting down.
Still.
Oh,
Oh, thank God.
oh, here, little people. There you are. Yeah. What you doing? You're starting to fly now. You got your feathers on your... You got your big boy feathers. Your right wing is still weird. I wonder if you did take some sustained damage.
Uh-oh. You didn't escape poop. It's on your chair.
Oh.
Just a poop in the window.
Can you get it for me?
Yeah, you can poop.
Yeah, I don't know. Little peeps got really stubby feathers on one side. And I don't know if they're just... Maybe they will grow in, but... I don't know. He was attacked by a dog. And so he was hurt pretty bad. And thankfully he made it, but maybe his wing is messed up. Oh well. Well, we'll take care of him either way. Will you get off my hair? Brownie's on my neck. Hold on. Alright, look, you get the... You know, you gotta stay there. Come here. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Choop 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 choop. Choop choop choop. Choop choop choop. What's this on the top?
Yeah, they got all the bands that holds the pillow, but
That's alright. Thank you. Choop choop choop. Well, I got Brownie in the meantime. Are you a rooster? I never really looked at the feathers on their legs.
Yeah, the other little guy that we had briefly in the spring, he's a rooster, and he started getting black on the bottom like Brownie, so I think Brownie's
Oh, yeah, the other little peep. We called the other one little peep, too. He got lost, he got separated, but we found the mother out in the wild there. But this one doesn't have a mommy, so I guess I'm mommy now. Oh, hello, little peep. Hey, your one wing's messed up, but you certainly took flight there. Maybe you'll be okay after all.
I think she'll be fine.
Yeah, whatever it is. I don't know. I guess too early to tell. What? You were a talkative one. Chup, 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 chup. Chup, 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 chup. They take...
We're not game dev scrubs anymore, we're game dev chicks.
Game dev chicks, yeah.
Larry, get on the logo for that, please.
I was actually really concerned at first that they wouldn't accept little peep when we brought them in because they were a few weeks apart in age. Hey, stop picking at that. It's my arm brace. Hey, stop it. But they treat him like a little brother. They just they protect him and they help him get food and all that, and it's actually pretty cool. So I thought we would have had to separate them, but we don't. And little peep's just like the little brother, and he just hangs around with them. And like he feels better around the other ones, and I can leave him alone for a period of time and he won't freak out as long as the other ones are with him. The chicks will freak out if you leave them alone until they get old enough where they're kind of a little more brave. What are you doing, getting up on my shoulder? Are you gonna poop on my shoulder too? Hello, little peep. They keep trying to get in my beard. I think they think it's like mother's feathers. Oh, bye-bye, Brownie. Going on an adventure? Oh, come here. You can't sit on my shoulder like that. Raise them in the Blazikins. Yeah, right? What are you doing? There you go. Now you're making noise. Ah! He's pecking a birthmark. He thinks it's food on my arm. Yo, stop pecking my arm brace. Look, I need those. Stop it. Alright. Hey. Pulling a napkin off my desk. Oh my god, they love paper. They'll eat paper. It's messed up. They will literally eat paper. They don't care. You'd think that it would taste bad or something, and they wouldn't eat it after the first time, but they'll eat it every time. I don't know why. Oh, hello, Pepper. What are you doing? What? Not a dog's hair. Jesus. Chickens and dogs and cats and everything else. Where you going? Alright, look, you gotta go back. I'm sorry. No, come on. Come on. Come on. No. I'm sorry. Go on. You two little peep, come here. Oh, he's running. He knows he's going back. No, come here. I'm sorry. There we go. They know they're going back. Don't chickens eat small stones for digestion, or is it a myth? I've heard that. And we bring them out. We bring them dirt when they're too young to go out, and then I'll bring them out during the day now because they're old enough, and then they can just dig up stones and dirt in the yard and eat it. I guess if that's their nature, they'll definitely do it. But yeah, I've heard the same thing, and you can buy like special made mixes for that, I think. Well, we just never bother. We just, I mean, dirt's free. Just go out in your yard and get the dirt. I don't know why you would buy a bag of it. But yeah, I don't know if that's actually true or not, but I have heard that. And to err on the side of caution, we just give them dirt, and they'll eat it up. So let's see if this collision box actually works. That should be really nice. Oh, I still got the sprite disabled. There we go. And so what I'm going to want to do is edge it toward this guy. Yep. Yeah, I think it hit because he didn't get close enough for the circle to hit. So it looks like it's working. Because what happens is it conglomerates under this rigid body. So when either this box or the circle on the inside hits, and here I'll turn this off so you can see it. Neither the box or the circle hits, either or will cause the same effect to occur. Because what it does in the code is it looks and it says, hey, wherever that rigid body is, right, which happens to be here on the player's root object, I want to look for a player controller. So is there a player controller script on it? And here it is, and it'll find it, and it'll report back, and it'll say, hey, alright, cool, I found the player. Then I'm going to inflict damage on them. And so here, inflict damage. If you're already dead, you stay dead. If you have a shield on, you turn the shield off. I gotta make an invincibility timer on here too. And then otherwise, you're dead. So you change the phase of death. I guess you're super dead because you're already a ghost, right? So, super dead. That's your stats. So that's basically how it works. And it's a nice flexible way to detect, you know, what you hit. Because I could put anything in here, and you see this here. If the enemy can be absorbed and was not already absorbed, then I can check if that was an absorption component instead. And that's where I confused myself at first there, where I got the absorption collider and it's got its own rigid body here. I'm gonna move that up the chain. It'll let me. Yes. And then it'll look from this rigid body in the same object. Do you have an absorption controller? And if you do, then you get absorbed instead. Well, not you, but the enemy gets absorbed. And then it'll return, which means that it stops this set of instructions, so it'll never go down here to check this. And then if you get past both of these and it's some other collision, then nothing else was compatible, so you ignore it. It's a pretty good way to... I'm going to refrain from using the word good. It's a pretty easy and flexible way to do your collisions. So I don't know if it's the best way or if it's the most efficient way, so I won't say that, but I find it to be helpful for development. Put it that way. So now that we have this additional collider here, smear collider, I'm actually going to turn it off at first. Only going to get turned on when... Actually, I'm not going to turn off the whole object. I'm going to turn off just the collider. It's only going to get turned on when we move. So let's add it here to the bunch of references. So, box collider 2D, and I'm going to call it the smear collider. And then we can link it from here. Right there. So I'm going to say, well, that's the code from the original. I have that open to reference in case we need it. For however good that is. Let me rearrange. You didn't see it because the bar on the bottom's covering it, but I'm rearranging my tabs here. Okay, so if we move, we have to detect whether we move or not. So we'll go to update player, what I'm gonna do here is private vector3 last update position. So last update position is going to get set at the end of the update. Let's see. I'm making sure there's no return statements in here. So that should drop all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to say that's the transform position. And, you know, we can do local position. No, not local. Local position. Are we actually moving local position? I forget. No, we're doing normal position. Alright, fine. We'll just do normal position. It's not as efficient, but this is a very lightweight game, so I have a feeling I'm not going to have to worry too much about that. And what we can do is we can check. Let's see. We'll have to do it here. Moved since last update will be if, yeah, last update position is not equal to our current position, and we're going to cache that because that's actually it is a little costly to call transform.position, and since we're going to use it right back to back, then we'll just do it this way. Yeah, let's do it that way. Then we can tell if we need to turn on that collider. So if we have moved from last position and smear collider exists, then smear collider enabled is true. Else, actually these are probably one-liners, so we don't need the brackets there. Otherwise it gets turned off. It's false. And that will prevent it from potentially triggering something that it's not supposed to. Actually, I take that back. We're actually going to have to put brackets here. But then we need to resize it. Resize the box to cover the last frame's movement. Excuse me. But now we have to think. We can brain fart. Trying to think here. I don't want to. I'm trying to be better about thinking something through instead of throwing something out there, trying it, and it not working on stream. Alright, here's what we know. We know what the size, the unit size of the box is 1. We know that the scale of that object that it's attached to is 1. And we know our last and our current positions, our new position rather, and our last position. We do know those two things. I guess the first thing to do would be to take the x between them. So float x distance, or how about x difference? And that will be the last or the last update position dot x minus, Or do we want to do our current minus our last? Let's do current minus last. So, new position dot x minus the old position dot x. And then we'll say the x distance is math abs stands for absolute, is the x of the x difference. So it's going to take the absolute value. In other words, it's going to take, if it's a negative, it makes it positive. If it's a positive, it's still positive. We want a positive value for that. That's where we're going to make the size of it based on that. You can't have it. I mean, you could actually give it a negative size and it probably still would work, but it's not a proper way to do things. I want size to be a positive value. So that gives us probably all that we need to know in order to figure out the base of what it needs to be. The reason I didn't just take this and absolute it and put it into here by default is that whether this is positive or negative can tell us whether we move left or right. I'm not 100% sure which is going to be which in this case. So let's see. Let's think about this. If we started at 0 and we moved 3 units to the left, this would be 3 minus 0, a positive 3 is to the right. So if we're at 1 and we move 2, then we're at 3 minus 1, which is still, yeah, still positive 2. So positive is always right. Positive diff move right. Negative diff move left. We'll keep that note there so I don't have to rethink about it the next time I look at this code. Always comment. Comment as many things as necessary, and maybe even more. And the reason this is important, and I guess I didn't really show this, but there's an offset here. Now, let me turn the sprite off for a second. Turn him back on so we can see him. There's an offset here. See this offset? If it's 0.5 and you increase to 1, like see how it's over here now? You increase the size, the center is now moved. We have to do that. If it's 1, and I make this 2, you see where I'm getting at here? Your offset is always going to be half your size, but you can also have negative offset, so we know that that's on the left. And that's why knowing the positive or negative is going to be important here. In fact, let's write that down in our notes. Oh, that's the old source. Negative box offset is on the left. And we'll say positive box offset is on the right. This way it should be much easier to manage how to move this thing from left to right. That way we don't even have to touch transform. We might have to for scale reasons perhaps, but I think we can just calculate the size and be done with it. But that's the idea here. We can just move the offset to be half of the size, and then if it has to be on the left it's negative, and if it has to be on the right then it's positive. And that should work. So let me put this back to normal here, and we're gonna turn it off. Needs to be off by default. Now realistically there shouldn't be any object spawned on top of Ecto right when the game starts, but just for the sake of safety we'll keep it off. You know what? I got me an idea. I don't think we have to worry about all this scale crap. Yeah, okay, hold on. I got me an idea. We'll do both local and world. How about that? Position. Okay. How about that? Oh. I'm gonna compare locals. They may be a little more accurate. Right, and we got that already. Here, and then new local position, and last update local position. There. If we're only dealing in what we moved in local, then we should be able to bypass scale entirely, and we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so the smear collider. Well, we need one more piece of information actually. A vector 2 box size, old box size equals size. And the reason we need this is that the Y component of this size is something we set in the editor, and we just need to preserve that. So vector 2 new box size equals new vector 2, not 3. We're gonna do something for the X, but the old size we just want to copy. We just want to copy, not cut. Copy the Y value that's already in there, and then the new size should be the amount of space that we moved. And then vector 2 new offset. We don't care what the old one is. We're going to rewrite this one completely. New vector 2 we're going to need let's see. Let's take a look. If these are the same, that we can shortcut this. So moving left is negative, and negative box is on the left. Okay, we got to reverse it then. So -1 times this divided by 2. And let's do this first. And then we swap the sign on it. I guess it doesn't really matter. But I don't know. It makes me feel better to have the parentheses in there. Hopefully that's not a performance issue. I can't imagine it would be, but whatever. Let's see. Float Y is just going to be 1. I'm sorry, 0. I think. What do we have this set to? It is 0. Alright, you know what? Just to err on the side of caution. Hello, dog. What do you want? What do you want? What are you doing? Too many pets. You stink. Get out of here. You smell real bad. Here, we'll do the same thing we did here, just to be safe. If we ever, for whatever reason, decide to change the offset. Excuse me. Then I could just say, well, whatever it was, and that's it. That's the end of it. And that should be good. So we're going to change size, change offset. So the final step of change size is just going to change the size. So size equals the new box size. And smear collider offset equals the new box offset. No? Oh, I didn't put box. I should have though. So there it is. Theoretically, this should work. I'm going to have to add an additional piece of code. Only for editor. If... Oh, we're gonna need a new debug value here. I don't know if we have a debug thing, so I'm just gonna put it on the bottom. Private bool. What are we gonna call this? Pause on move. How about that? What I'm gonna make it do is when he moves, when she moves, let's capitalize that correctly. It's going to pause the game. Because I can't both click the pause button and click the window to make the character move, so this is the way it's going to have to be. And then I'll say if pause on move and move since last frame. See, we can reuse that data for other purposes. And I think it's debug.pause? Break? Break? Yeah, break. It's one of those. And then we can see if the thing actually changed. Oh yeah, and player... Well, let's move him over first. Him. I said him, not him. Right. I'm not screwing it up. I'm screwing it up. Boom. Hey, look at that! Yeah, look at that. It works. Okay. And going right. Boom! There we go. We got that smear. Yeah, baby. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's looking good. Okay, and that should... Let me turn the sprite back on here. That should give us the ability to not be able to phase through the boss here. So I just want to do one thing first before we do the final test here. I want to put a header for debug. Okay, move them over here. Let's get our move tool out, and we're going to move the test enemy here. Which previously we were able to phase through if we moved fast enough. So, point. Nope, and he's dead. Is he? No, wait, did it malfunction? No, it worked. It was... Okay, what happened there, the reason why it flashed and he didn't move, is when I lose focus and do something here and then click back in here, it gets freaked out about that. So I'm gonna redo the test. But watch, if I click out here and click in here, see he didn't move, even though this moved. It's a focus issue. But then if I click again, it works. So let's just do the test again. Make it look good this time. Put him right here. Okay. One click makes him... Oh, it did that time. Alright, whatever. It's weird. Editor's strange. But yeah, you see? We did get a break. And... Wait, why didn't he die? What happened? It didn't work. Why didn't it work? What happened? Wait, it didn't work. Oh no. Kidding me? Oh no, it did. It did. He died. He died because he can't move anymore. It freaked me out because he doesn't have a death animation. This is why I'm saying we got to put the death animation in. It's screwing me up. I thought he didn't die because he'll still move to the point that you told him to move, but the death animation will like play like in the middle of it. It actually looks kind of cool in the original game. It's like he's sliding into place. Yeah. It worked. It worked. We got it. Things are good. Now what I'm gonna do though, I'm going to add Gizmo display box collider UV. Part of my confusion is I didn't even see the box, but it's because if you don't have a script that causes the gizmo to get drawn, then you won't see it unless the object is highlighted. So undraw gizmos. Let's just copy what we've got in the old one here. Oh, yeah, you know what? Just copy the whole damn thing. And call it box color instead. So instead of circle, box collider, 2D. Now the normal box collider is the 3D one. You don't want that one. Alright, we are gonna need this scale. But we're gonna do this differently. So draw wire cube. Okay, this is center, so that's still transform that position. And this one is size, and here where it gets a little freaky. I'm gonna say that the Z is just very thin, so we get basically a 2D box here. And so for the X, yes, we're gonna have to do box.size.x times scale.x. And then box.size.y times scale.y. I think that should work. I think that'll be okay. No, it won't. We need to also... Alright. Vector 2 scaled box size equals transform dot scale transform point transform vector. Think that's one we want? We're gonna find out real quick, I guess. Yeah, then we don't need the scale here. You know what? Actually, this probably would work, though. I think this still works. Yeah, because that's world scale. That's lost scale. Alright, we don't need to do that, then. Yeah, never mind. We're fine. This should work. Confused myself. That should be okay. We'll find out in a second. Yeah? Yeah, that works. That's fine. Well, it doesn't have a check mark. That's funny. I guess if I want to turn it off, I could just minimize it. I was thinking if the check mark was there, I could turn it on and off. But if you just minimize, it claps down these components, it actually turns the gizmos off too, which is funny. Yeah, we'll leave that on. That should be fine. And then, yeah, you know what? Also, this I should have done this with the other one as well. How about this? If active and enabled. If it's not active and enabled, then it won't show. And we'll also apply that change to here. So if we turn the collider itself off, and you know what? Let's go the extra mile. Show even when disabled. How about that? Then we have the best of both worlds. So there. So if it is not enabled and you also are not showing it when disabled, then don't show it. And we'll port that again back over to the box version since I came up with that idea while we were working on Circle. Yeah, there we go. And we can test this really easily. They should just turn off right now. And they didn't. Oh, you know why? Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. No, this needs to happen on box. I'm sorry. It needs to check if the box is disabled or not. Yeah. That's what has to happen. And same with this one. Instead of box up the circle, but you get the idea. Yeah, it was checking to see if the gizmo component was active and enabled or not. Not whether or not that is. Okay, see how it turned off? We turn it on, it's on. We turn it off, it's off. So if we turn off the whole object, it also turns off. Yeah, and this one, yep, same thing. You can see it. Well, you can barely see it turn on and off when I turn this on and off. And that's exactly what we want. Okay, cool. That's good. How about we save this before it blows up on us? That's always good. Save often. Alright. Oh, that was our example. Okay, I'm getting my tabs all messed up here. Okay, let's play it now. And we should be able to watch it change. Say pause on move. And boom! There he goes. Why did it show that? It looks strange. Something's weird with it. Huh. He died though, right? Yeah. That was strange. Why is it like that? Oh, if we let's see, turn it back on. Click here to here. Now, why does it show that? I think the gizmo? Honestly, I think the gizmo's not catching up to it. Hold on. Let's see. If we turn it off. Oh, that's weird. Why is it like that? What's up with that? Is it being rendered strange because it's 3D? Or is it because I have that on? Put the hand on. Maybe it's being rendered weird because we're in 3D. Because it's actually a cube. Why? That's so weird. It's got like a thing in the middle. Is there a line here? Yeah, there's a line here too. There's like an after image of it. That's strange. It's not being drawn twice. Maybe it is for some reason. I wonder if this is getting called twice by accident, maybe before and after? I don't know, it's really weird. That's not what it's supposed to be. That's strange. The question is whether or not it actually... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what it is. It's out of date. Okay, so the first one that we see here, this is the one that's Unity is drawing, and that's the accurate one. But notice here, the gizmo here is using this center position. Oh, you know why? I know why. I know. This is not the center of the... This is not the center of it. We forgot to add... Well, I forgot, not we. This was my problem. I forgot to add the offset. This was my goof. I forgot to add the offset. So, box offset x times scale dot x and box offset y times scale dot y. I was thinking that maybe it was drawing the information at a time before it changed in the other script, and therefore it would give us the center position. It wouldn't be offset correctly. But I don't think that's the case. I think what it is it's just we didn't apply. I didn't apply. I'm not dragging you into it. I didn't apply the offset. I believe that's really the case here. But we'll find out in a few seconds. Let's go back to 2D. I guarantee that was the case. So, pause on move and hit it. Yeah, okay, it's right now. It is now correct. And so there we get the circle, which is really hard to see. Turn that off. We get the circle, the normal collision, and we get the smear. And boop, and it moves along with it. And away it goes. Oh, I can't click on here. I gotta click here. Oh, yes. Take off. Pause, move. It's really hard to see here, but you can see the smear if you look hard enough. Oh, and I touched him. I died. In fact, let me get him out of here. Let's move him up. Now I can zip and zag all day long. You can see the smear if you look over on this side. Smear. Yeah, that's cool. All right. This was actually something I thought about doing in the original one, but the game was so small and so efficient that we just cranked up the update count to 20 instead. It was easier than writing all this shit. But yeah, that'll guarantee we can't zip through anything. So it's actually even more solid than the old game. Unfortunately, in the players, to the player's detriment, potentially. But yeah, well, it's more accurate because even though it did 20 updates in the old one, because it's a circle, you would be moving the circle, incrementally frame by frame. And it's possible that an enemy circle could be like here, and you could have bypassed it if it wasn't close enough to actually hit it. But with 20 updates, probably wasn't. There's probably like nanometers of extra tolerance there, so I wouldn't have counted it as anything particularly too advantageous. So I feel alright fixing that, quote unquote. But generally, I mean, on the whole, you really do want to just give the player the benefit of the encounter. And that's why here, even though the circle informs your hitbox, your actual hitbox is slightly smaller than the circle. Just gives you that little bit of leeway. Now the enemies don't, or yeah, they're actually slightly into. So you have a bit more leeway than the graphics show, and that's actually good design to eliminate, or manage rather, player frustration. If they were exact, it might actually feel unfair. Because remember, the human eye is not exactly the most accurate thing. So they might see something as, oh, I dodged that, totally dodged that. And they didn't, obviously, because they got hit. But it looked like they dodged it because, you know, they just saw it just touch. And to them, you know, it was so close that it could have been either or. And their brain would be like, nah, that's BS. I didn't get touched there. The game's cheating. But if you give them an extra little bit of depth to get away with, that you'll mitigate that kind of thing happening. It'll be a little more convincing. And then when they are actually visually touching and yet the collision doesn't happen, in their brain they're just gonna be like, wow, it was so close, it was razor close, but I got away. I'm such a good player, I got through that. But that's good. That makes player feel good. We want player feel good a lot and player feel bad not a lot. And that makes people like your game more. That's why in Mega Man games or like Metroid games, the hitboxes aren't really the shape of the character. Here. Excuse me. Look, it's been a long week. I'm tired. Here's Mega Man. Here's Mega Man. He's Mega Man, and he's standing there the way that Mega Man does. Alright, and so the hitbox on Mega Man is actually this. You notice how it doesn't, I mean, this is a rough approximation. I don't have the data in front of me, but I know it's shorter than the top of his head. So if a bullet comes through here and shoots, and it like just skims the top of his helmet and you don't get hit, that's why. And it'll be like, whoa, like I just dodged that. And like that's the emotion you want the player to feel. You'll be like, whoa, that was so close, but it didn't get me. And then they feel good about that. But if his hitbox was literally all the way up to the top of the pixel of his head, and a bullet just grazed it and hit it, and you died from that, the player would be pissed. They'd be like, that's BS. It barely even touched me. I don't even think it touched me. What the hell? So when you design your games, just give them the helmet. Just give them the top of the helmet. Just let it go through. Your players will feel much better about them just surviving than them just getting nicked at the top pixel of the helmet and that blew them up. You'll notice that all the games that aren't frustrating to play do this. Well, most of them at least. I wouldn't say all. I'm sure you can find a good playing game out there that's also kind of picky about its hit detection. But I believe Metroid's the same way. And I wouldn't be surprised if Mario was also the same way. It's just about, just give them the pickle. You probably don't know what that means. I guarantee no one here knows what that means. It's, and I can't remember the guy's name now. He owned a restaurant. And his motto was, don't be stingy with little things, because that can turn a good customer interaction into a bad customer interaction. And his motto was, just give him the pickle. So he would like run a restaurant, and the scenario is a customer just wants an additional pickle with their sandwich, or maybe the sandwich doesn't come with a pickle and they want an extra pickle. And then if you charge them 50 cents for that pickle, they're gonna be pissed. They're gonna be like, wow, that sucks. Or if the waitress or waiter, whatever, the person doing the waiting, if they're like, oh, sorry sir, that's gonna be an extra 50 cents. And then he's gonna be like, you're gonna charge me 50 friggin' cents for an extra pickle? Like, come on, man, it's just a pickle. And that's the bad customer interaction. Or you could just give them the pickle. That's it. And that's where it comes from. Just give them the pickle. Just do it. It'll make them happy. Oh, you lost 10 cents off of a pickle. Yeah, well, you know what? You pissed them off, though. If you charged them the 50 cents or whatever you marked it up to. And now they're going to think badly. When they think back to your restaurant, they're going to think badly about it. They'll be like, those assholes didn't give me the pickle. They charged me for the pickle. And maybe they won't come back. So for 50 cents, give or take, you lost a whole customer. Unfortunately, most restaurants don't do that. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Most of them don't do it. You want extra different sauce? With my pizza order is 50 cents. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately they don't do it. And I'm not sure if this restaurant that does, I forget what the guy's name was in the restaurant it was from. But I don't know if they're still around or not. I think the guy was old, so he's probably dead now. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, that was his motto. Just give him the pickle. He's right, though. I mean, you can apply that to anything. It works here, too. Just give him the head. Just give him the top of the head. Don't be stingy and make it so when the bullet hits the pixel at the top of your head that it blows you up. Just give him the top of the head. Just do it. They'll feel so much better about the experience. There's your general game dev hint for today. I learned that even before I knew the other games did that. I never noticed it before. And that's the other thing too. You want to do these things without them noticing. Because it won't occur to them that that would have been an issue until they see like a bullet graze the top of their head and it doesn't kill them. But then they'll feel good about it. And they're like, oh, cool. But they won't like think about the hitboxes and stuff. When I first made an old platforming game prototype long ago. God, it had to be... Oh no. Alright, I'm not gonna date myself. It was more than 10 years ago. And I found it the hard way. I put the hitbox all the way to the top of the head. And then I got hit by a bullet and I'm like, wow, that felt like bullshit. That shouldn't be that way. That was... I don't like that. That makes me feel bad about that interaction in the game. So I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna lower it a little bit and let the bullet pass through. And then come to find out later that, yeah, most of the games that I actually like to play do the same thing. Well, how about that? Makes sense. Just give him the helmet. Yeah, anyway. So, tangent aside. That's the deal. I think this will work out pretty good. This way we don't have to have 20 updates, which is fine. Boom, boom. It just looks really cool with the streak over on the side. It just looks really neat when you do that. Oh well, you don't see it in here. We could potentially do something like that. Hey, you know what? It probably doesn't even need it. Yeah. I was saying maybe we could do a streak when he's moving really fast. I keep screwing it up. When Ecto is moving really fast, I was thinking we could give it a streak. But it kind of already has that. Because of when you click down and that aura comes up. And here, I'm going to make it. Hold on first. I'm going to do the pause on move. Here. From moving here to here, you get this big shine, and that like draws your eyes in, and it almost acts like a streak because it actually visually bridges from where you were partially to where you're going. See? And it pulls in. Now it is expanding out at the end because I'm letting go of the screen. But if you were just to hold it down, it would just go. Yeah, I don't think there's any keyboard shortcut to turn off the pause. I think you actually have to go up there and click it. But then if I did that, then it would just, I wouldn't be clicking the screen anymore. But you can see it here. Only when I click down, it closes in on Ecto. And that kind of almost makes a trail on its own. In addition to the after images of the core. Yeah, that works. It already looks like you have that kind of functionality. Okay, and save it before it blows up. We're doing okay. Getting all those little touches in. Got functionality too. Functionality looks good. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's turn that off by default. I was gonna say I keep seeing the box there. I'm like, why? I thought we told it not to do it when it's disabled, and sure enough, the box was enabled. Seeing that smear over there, it just looks cool, but alright, whatever, we're good. Oh god, alright, what do we, let's do the death animation. I'm tired of not seeing it. Let's see. Okay, here's update player. Are we doing update animation somewhere else? Oh, I guess we're not managing animation at all right now. I don't see it here. We got the sprite renderer, but we don't have the animation. Okay, well, we'll just add them. So there's the cloak, and it's going to be the core. I'll call it the face. Serialized field, private animator, face, and animate for. And then cloak animator. I've been doing them like these lately. I think this saves a little more space for me. It doesn't impact functionality at all. And then we'll need face animation. Fly. And death. Then we'll need cloak animation. I don't know if we'll actually ever need to use these except maybe on a reset. Because the default animation is the flying one anyway. But we'll see. We'll see. So here, we'll say set animations, play, face animation depth, and we'll do the same for the cloak. And this is when you inflict damage if it decides that you're dead. Lowy egg, lowy egg. And that's the only time you ever need to set this. So at the moment that you die, set the animations for death. I don't know what they're called, so we'll have to look. Cloak, flying, cloak. Okay. Cloak, flying. Yeah. This is a less efficient way to set the animations, but right now I'm not concerned about it. I'll hit an optimization phase at some point, but I'll have to import code from another project to get that working correctly. Meanwhile, I'm doing my big Unity deterministic library. Oh, yeah. And that will include that code in it, but I'm not done reorganizing and rearranging that, so I'm a little hesitant to just pull it in when it could change and then screw up all the code on set. It'll cause me extra work to put it together. I mean, at face value, this might actually already work. We just gotta bring the purple enemy down. Oh no, here he comes. Bonk. Yep, there he is. And that's it. So then he's gonna then she's gonna blow up into a puff of green smoke. Now let's take a look at what that looks like. I think everything here stays. I think all of this is still visible and then it just disappears. So I don't think the cloak actually disappears like beforehand, but we'll find out. Oh no! Bonk. Oh, it does! The cloak does disappear. My bad. My bad, it does. Okay. If we go here, cloak, death. Yeah. Wait, but how long does it last? Alright, hold on. I got the timesheets here. I remember actually getting confused about this one. Maybe that's why. Because I didn't realize it actually disappeared at the end. Because this frame will have to sustain for a period of time. Cloak, death. Timesheet. Alright. We'll zoom it in. 4, 4, 4, 6. No, 8. 8 out of 8 out of 6. 12 out of 6. 12 out of 6. And this is hold until. Hold until. Hold until what? Until death? If that's the case, I didn't pay attention to those directions. Because the cloak clearly disappears there before he blows up. Before she blows up. I gotta just start saying Ecto and not gender pronoun. I mean, it clearly blows up. Wait, so what does this mean then? Hold until. Till what? Does that mean I screwed up and it should have been visible the whole time? So is the new version accurate? And the old version? I guess the new version's accurate. Alright, yeah, whatever. I'll take my wins where I can get them. I inadvertently actually did the right thing without knowing. I'll take it. That's fine. Alright, so let's take a look. Oh. Yep, there. And you can't move him anymore. I said im. Can't move him. I did it in a neutral way. Okay. Ecto can't move anymore. So it's very clear there. We'll have to make the explosion, the little puff, come out though. Do I already have it? Did I already do that? I don't think I did. Maybe I imported the... Let's see if I can do that. Oh, this is shine. I imported this shine. Alright, we'll do the puff now. Green puff. Green puff effects. Pull it in here. That gives us an empty little effect here. Just to be safe, I'm going to put the renderer on here on a sub object, and we need to pull in green puff. And here's the dirty secret. We did a little bit of asset reuse. This is actually from Hamster Drop. Hey, saved us a whole animation, and we were really pressed for time. So I'm not ashamed. I think all that's correct. Now let's go in here and wing it. So automatic by count. We've got 3 across and 2 down. Okay, now I'm going to take. Where is it? Oh. Here, this needs to be in the middle. If I do normalize, and do 0.5, and then go back to pixels, then... Okay, yeah, it picks it up and converted it. That's about right, give or take. Did I really say 0.2? Alright. Or can I at least do solid pixels? Oh no, it went away. Well, let's do solid pixels. That's funny. I could give you a decimal pixel. I guess it makes sense, but whatever. Okay, so custom 0.5 on the left and this ungodly number on the right. And slice again, and look, they're all in the same spot now. Hooray! Okay. Fly. I actually didn't really have to do that. Since I had this here, I could have adjusted it at this level. Oh, actually not called green puff? Oh, Ecto Explosion. I should rename them. You know what? And I will. I'm gonna call it green puff. Slice them. The data's already there, so there's no danger to redo. Why? Now it's green puff. Yeah, and the handle is up here for whatever reason, but you can see the 00 is right here in the middle. The animation is just going to be called Puff. We'll look at the timesheet in a moment, assuming that that's part of that collection. May or may not actually be in there because it was a hamster drop asset, so I might have just referred to the old information, but we'll figure it out. I just want to get the thing in here at all. There. Okay, there's all the frames. So let's take a look. Hands, cloak, and yeah, they're not. I'm just gonna wing it for now. Oof. That's pretty good. Okay. Good enough for now. Unpuff. Or unloop the puff. Oh, and then... Right, we need... the destroy object controller. And inside the animation... That doesn't catch sometimes when you create an animation controller outside here. Excuse me. Anyway, destroy the game object. That way it'll go away. Okay, save that before it blows up. Back to the player controller, and we're going to make a new category. Yeah, we'll put them right here. I'll call them just effects. The shines can fall under the effect well. Yeah, I think so. We'll just get rid of them. And this will be effects. Death smoke. Create death smoke effects. That's all there is to it. Yeah. I'm gonna say we could have put an animation trigger in, but they're in a different object, so they can't. Those animation triggers cannot see these fields here because they are in a child object. They're down the hierarchy some. They would not have access to these ones. I'm trying to think of the best way that we could possibly keep all the data centralized right here in this script, and yet still get this to go right. Big brain, what do we do? We could make a relay script, but that's pretty ghetto. That would be like creating a whole new controller for the child object that just links back to here, but that's pretty ghetto. I don't want to do that. But it's something I really want to have in the animation controller. Because if it's not, then it's harder to calibrate. And I might have to actually go into code and calibrate it, and that's a pain. I don't want to do that. What are you doing? Stop fighting. They're fighting over food. I don't know, the relay script might be the most sensible way to do it. But it's also a pain to maintain something like that. The other option is to just make a script that literally just does it, but in the other part of the thing. But then now your references are not all in one controller, they're split up. Which isn't the end of the world, but I would prefer if it didn't do that. Oh god, okay. I think we're just gonna do a relay. I don't want to do that, but okay. Oh, these are private though, right? I can make it public. It's fine. Yeah, alright. Okay, what I'm gonna do. Where's the player controller? Well, player controller. I guess I have to have this tab open. Okay, there. Wait. I have player info. Will that work? Hey, that'll work. How about that? Yeah, wait, maybe, hold on. This might work. I might be able to call a method right from here. So I have this scriptable object that just has a reference to the player, which is basically a relay for anything that needs it, which is fine. Is that really my time up? We're already 2 hours in? Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna let it ride for a bit though. That's fine. Yeah, alright, that's fine. I want to finish this up. I can't believe we're 2 hours in. I've probably been muttering 90% of the time. I'm so damn tired. It's been a long damn week. So what I can do here is public void really just quite literally make a relay. Let's see, public, and then player controller, create death, smoke, effects. Now it's going to complain because, as it says here, is inaccessible due to its protection level, and that is because this is private. I'm going to make this public. In fact, we can make these all public. It could allow someone else writing a script to just call these willy-nilly, but I'm pretty sure that it would fall under the don't be an idiot rule and just don't do that because it would look stupid. So I'm not too concerned about that. But here, now, there's two ways this could roll. I'm expecting I might actually be able to just call this in, no, shit, no, that won't work. Maybe? No, it won't work. I was gonna say maybe you could just set it. I was thinking of it like Unity events. I don't know if we've used an event here yet. With the events, you set the object and then you set the method that you want to pull from the object, but the animator doesn't work that way. That's okay. This means I gotta make a relay script. I really do. I really don't want to. Really don't want to. Oh, what can I do? What else can I do? Think! Think, Mark, think! Yeah, I don't think I have a... Unless I just make a generic spawning script. I don't think I have any recourse for it. So you know what? Let's just make a generic spawning script. Yeah, screw it. Object spawner controller. Public void spawn game object. From prefab. How about that? Be a little specific. If prefab doesn't exist, turn back, give a warning or an error. What do we get? Log. You know, that's probably an error. It's error worthy. Attempted to spawn game object from prefab. Say failed to spawn. Failed to spawn a game object from prefab. Prefab was invalid, and I say invalid instead of null or missing or whatever, because this checks for more than just whether or not this is null. There could be other Unity engine conditions that cause this thing to become invalid, and then it will fail this check. So I like to use the word invalid for it. Okay, and then otherwise, instantiate prefab at do I have to supply it? Yeah, I'll just give it the thing. I don't know if it will. I don't know if it will give it the proper. Where does it spawn in this case? If I don't give it a position, I mean, I could just, transform that position, sure, whatever. And then I have to do transform. Actually, I don't want to do transform type rotation. I want to do Quaternion. I don't know. Quaternion. I don't know how to pronounce it. Identity. It's a fancy way. That's a fancy way for saying no rotation. Quaternion, assuming I'm saying it correctly, is a fancy mathematical rotation concept. And then identity, I guess, just means 0, 0, 0, 0. No rotation. Just shorthand. No rotation. I'm gonna put this all in just to be safe. I'm curious though where it would spawn otherwise. So we give it a prefab and we spawn it. Should be on its way. And there we go. Object spawner controller. So when we do Ecto-Death, yeah, I actually never extended that last frame, did I? Oh, thank you. 7, and this is 8. Yeah, okay. That's why they look a little different. Let's put them all the way out here, and then we blow them up. Okay, so the game object here is gonna be green puff. Wait, did green puff show up there? Green puff. Yep, there it is. And then, actually, we're gonna move this down one, and this disappears. Oh, you know what? We'll disappear it on the same frame. So head death, wait, recording, head death turns into none. So it'll get all the way here and bonk, it'll leap out of existence. Yeah. And then it'll blow up. And this will turn into nothing. So the animation actually doesn't even have to change. As long as it doesn't loop, it will eventually turn invisible anyway and call that method. That should work. And all of this reminds me that we did forget one thing on Green Puff. Well, two things actually. First thing was I did set the sprite from the default material to my just plain old sprite material. And the other thing, I didn't set the layer. So it's gonna be over player. There. And then here, we don't even need the green puff anymore in script. I'm gonna keep all the other changes, like we put everything under the effects category instead of specifically about the other one, but I'm gonna actually remove this, and that's going to cause a complaint over here. I did put a relay here, but that's fine. We'll just get that out of there. Puff. That was a big puff. Okay. This will have to go away eventually too. That was a big puff, yeah. Kind of funny. Alright, well, let's get the timing that we want first. What's the original feel like? One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, Actually, I counted that wrong. I should count for when he goes to his final frame animation. One mistake. Just one. Okay. At best, 1 second. Probably a little less. So, let's go back to the animation. Okay. And he fully stops here. And then we give it about about half a second to get to that. Honestly, I'm gonna move it like down here. I think it would benefit it to be much more condensed. But let's see what that looks like. Meh. Yeah, okay, that works. And obviously, we're gonna change the scale on that green puff. Let's see. Oh yes, and then what I wanted to do was analyze that animation, see where it ended. So it's at 1:16 it ends. And we're gonna do that on the cloak as well. And so that should now disappear along with the other. Boink. Poof. Yep, and they're gone. And it's actually still playing those animations. They just don't loop, and they've just been told to change the sprite to nothing. But it works. You can see him still there. Her. You can see her still there. The collision boxes. Which is kind of funny. How about that? And the last thing I want to do is just make green puff smaller. But instead of making this one smaller, I want to pull it in, make the sprite like 25% of what it was, and then save that as a variant prefab. And I'm gonna say small. And then we can go back into the face here. Go to the animation. Change it from the normal one to the small one. Now that it's in there, we can fine tune it if we want to through the prefab itself. And that looks pretty much like what it was. In fact, we could probably check what that was. Let us see. Damage player, kill player. Sound of death, die sound. Hey, where's the puff? Oh, wait, okay. Right, because it doesn't happen till later, right? So, phase is death. So, if phase is death, that's what it is. Phase is not death. Phase is death. Let's just check all references. What? Nothing? Hold on. Did I do the right one? Check all, find all references. I guess it doesn't want to. Great. Alright, whatever. If I do a search for phase equals death, there it is. There it is, air puff green. And what was the scale? 40%. Okay. I'm pretty sure that is not the same kind of scale that we're working with here. Let's see. What's it? We'll just wing it. Oof. Yeah, I think mine's more on point. Oh yeah, they're waiting. Point. Oof. Yeah, that looks on point. I'm just gonna keep it 25%. Puff. Look at that. How about that? We're getting things done. Not too much today, but we'll get there. I'll do some of the nerd math on my own time throughout the week to get like these dudes rotating. I'll show what it. As long as I remember, I'll show what I did, just so you know what I did. But I'm gonna have to look up a couple formulas to get that to work. What does this bar do when the player dies? The original, does it stop or does it go away? Never really thought about it. Oh, it just, yeah, it disappears. Oh, and so does the top. That's funny. So if here we can do that quite easily. So player info, I think that script already has it, right? What is this thing? Control rail doesn't have. Oh, the sprite. This is sprite's default. Okay, well either way. The rail here has the controller. It does not have player data, but we can sure as hell give it player data. What is it? Player info. I'm sorry. Player info. When we do our update, what I'm gonna do is if player controller, oh, I'm sorry, player info, wait, what we got? Oh, this is private? Really? I'm not letting you have direct access? Nah, that seems silly. I think you should have access to the actual player controller. I'll keep the actual instance safe from tampering, but I don't see any reason to obscure that. So player info, player controller dot phase is equal to phase, yeah, main phase dot def. Hide the bar. Transform dot parent dot enable set active. Okay, dot game object dot set active. Defaults. We will also put a private pool is hidden. False. Put that condition here. Then is hidden becomes true. Hide the bar object. And then return. Actually, if hidden, then return. And we can remove it from there. We don't need to check it again because we've checked it once here, and then the rest is implicit. And we can say, should we be hiding? Hiding? No, that's hidden is 2Ds. Jesus. Should we be hiding the bar? Question mark. That is a question. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And then we'll just give it player input. I don't see the spot for player. Private. Oh, because it's private. Got it serialized. Serialize me, Captain. Yeah, there it is. Player info. And we should get it. Go me potato salad. Yep, and it goes away. Cool. I dig. That'll do. Alright. That's it. I don't know. Two plus whatever hours. The playlist thing's not telling me where I am in time here, so it's like 2.25 hours. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, we did the thing. We did it. We're good. Hooray! And yeah, that'll do it for this week. I still don't know if my controller adapter's gonna be in for Sunday, so I don't know what we're playing. It is what it is. I'm not gonna freak out about it. Play something else. I don't know. Maybe I'll play a fighting game if it's not in. I'm kind of getting that itch anyway. So, alright. Then Monday, Pocket Fighter EX as usual. We did the Q&A last time, but we'll do something different this time. Yeah, then back on Thursday we'll be back here, right? Let's see, it's the 10th? Yes. So, we'll only have 2 more days of this. I think. Well, 2 or 3. And then at some point we've got to switch back to a different project. So, yeah, so the 17th, next Thursday the 17th we'll have it. And then the 24th, and maybe July 1st? We'll see. Let's see, when does July 4th fall? Falls on Sunday? Uh-oh. I don't know if we're gonna do that day. That's a Sunday. That's normally a stream day, but I don't know. I'll think about it. I keep forgetting about these damn holidays, and then I end up streaming when, like, nobody's around. Because I didn't give anybody forewarning that I wasn't gonna be there. But, I don't know. Some of you crazy bastards show up anyway. I appreciate it. Alright, so, thanks everybody for watching. I got shoutouts for Patreon members. You too can become a Patreon member. You can get advanced builds and stuff. I did actually put one of these ones up because it's, I don't know, you can still fiddle with it. Like, it's not a game yet, but it wouldn't hurt to put this up as a build just so you can screw around with it, see what it's like. But the people who would have access are the following: Alex Smith, Megan, David Leonard, Garen Johnson, Cameron Weil, Varian X, Wakened Emperor, Angel, Rui Luis, Mike Cruz, Taryn Williams, Bryson Uglingum, AJ, Alex D, and Grave Spirit, Omega Keo, Miles Griffin, Ben K, D Money 107, and LD Walker. Thank you guys very much. I suppose I'll just upload this build for you guys just to screw around with. I'm gonna have to put a reset button or something in it, because once you touch this dude, you're dead, and then you'd have to close it and reopen it over again. I don't know. If I can fix that within the week, then we'll have a build throughout the week. How about that? And then we'll go from there. I gotta start making things a little more player friendly here. The resolution's gonna be crazy out of whack. It's gonna be rough. But you know, then you can at least just fiddle with it. So okay, that's it. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks everybody for showing up, hanging out, staying till the end. I see a bunch of you here, so I appreciate that. And I'll see you on Sunday. We'll play something good. Alright, see you later. Scrub out.